The TVWan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Carol Kidu Jr.
And I'm Rex Litter. Join me later for sports.
In this edition, Kaumu is new NAC CEO, U.S. military and PMGH partner to address trauma, and preparing the young to be leaders tomorrow. The festive season police operations for Jiwaka Province was launched last Friday, says the Jiwaka Provincial Police Commander Chief Inspector Albert Corin. Corin said the festive season operation will continue for a month. He said the first phase of the operation started on the 8th and ends on the 14th of December in South Wagi Electorate. The second phase will commence on the 15th to the 20th of December in North Wagi Electorate and Jimmy. The third phase will begin on the 21st of December to January 3rd, 2024, which will include the change of police operation to mobile policing mode. Corin said the objective is to ensure police are in control of the law and order issues that might arise throughout this festive season leading into 2024. Minister for Transport and Civil Aviation Walter Schnoebelt has called on the former Managing Director for National Airport Corporation, Rex Kiponge, not to misinterpret the court ruling and allow the rule of law to take its course. Schnoebelt clarified in a media conference today that the court ruling did not reinstate Kiponge but accorded liberty to apply to amend the proceedings to plead damages as a relief and litigate the question of damages.
In a packed media conference today in Port Moresby, Minister for Transport and Civil Aviation Walter Schnoebelt condemned the actions of Kiponge for storming into the NAC office and assuming the MD's role following the court's decision. Schnoebelt clarified that the National Court on December 5th, 2023 made a ruling on his judicial review application disputing the revocation of his contract of employment.
In finding that the process for termination of Mr. Kiponge's employment was not followed, the court made the following ruling, and the judgment reads: but it will not be the case that he will be placed back into the seat he was derailed from, as events have since taken place which are no fault of the incumbent Managing Director, Mr. Kinta. Rather than set in place a chain of reaction, it is accepted that the plaintiff, Mr. Kiponge, will be accorded liberty to apply to amend the proceedings, to plead damage as a relief, and litigate the questions of damages. Alternatively, to commence fresh proceedings by writs of summons or originating summons seeking damages, not reinstatement.
Minister Schnoebelt further clarified that essentially, whilst the court quashed the decision to revoke his appointment, the court did not reinstate him to his former position. Instead, it opened a path for Kiponge to seek damages for the unlawful revocation of his appointment. The court order expressly does not endorse his immediate return to the office as MD for NAC.
Mr. Kiponge, however, true to form, took matters into his own hands, stretched the court order to fit his own agenda and hold himself up at the National Airport Corporation office since then. Our nation is governed by the rule of law and not at the whims of men.
Freddie Moe, TVWan News.
In condemning the actions of Kiponge, Minister Schnobelt announced the appointment of Dominic Kaumu as the acting managing director for National Airports Corporation for the next 3 months before a permanent appointment is made.
I want to assure the public and all stakeholders that, consistent with the Civil Aviation Act 2000, an acting MD or Chief Executive Officer is now Mr. Dominic Kaumu. OML OBE, after the resignation received by Mr. Kintao. Mr. Kaumu is appointed through the National Gazette number G1005. So as of today, officially, your acting managing director and CEO of National Airport Corporation is none other than Mr. Dominic Kaumu.
The newly appointed acting managing director for National Airports Corporation, Dominic Kaumu, has challenged the senior management team and staff of NAC to step up and deliver to the expectations of the government. Kaumu was appointed through National Gazette number G1005, effective December 6, 2023.
The appointment.
The newly appointed acting managing director of National Airports Corporation, Dominic Kaumu, has urged all the management team and staff of NAC to forgo the past and focus on what lies before them and deliver to the government's expectations. He said too many things have happened in the past, but they should step up and serve the people of this country to the best of their ability.
Let's turn a page. Let's restore the confidence of the people of this country back into this organization. That's my call to the NAC management, and that's what I'm going to be looking for. Immediately after this press conference, I'm going to take office, and I would expect the senior management team at GM's level to meet with me in the boardroom. But it's important that we start it right. I don't want to talk about the past. The past is gone. Now Christmas now. Our people are traveling. We need to fix a lot of things.
Kaumu also called for teamwork among the staff following leadership changes in the state agency. After serving in New Guinea for 43 years, Mr. Kaumu is not new to the aviation industry and is keen to deliver to expectations in his new role. He thanked Minister Schnobelt and the government for having confidence in him by appointing him to this role for the next 3 months.
What's important for us is we've got to turn a page. Or something will pass to go. The challenge that I'm giving the management team of NAC and everyone in this organization is to step up and deliver for the people of this country, deliver what the government expects of us. We as an organization have to do it from the heart. There's too many things that's happened in the past, and I don't need to go through it. My expectation of the team is that we have to take the next step up and do everything right. Not for us. Look down as you walk out. There are people traveling. Our industry or this organization plays a key role in what we do, in making sure that everything is safe for them when they travel. So all I can say at this stage, and I thank the minister and the government for their confidence in me, and I will take that on. I have some specific instructions on how we need to do things. We need to manage the organization as we move forward.
Freddie Moe, TVWan News.
Prime Minister James Marape will be the first Papua New Guinean leader to address the Australian Parliament. This historic event is scheduled for February 8, 2024.
History will be created on February 8, 2024, when Prime Minister James Marape addresses the Australian Parliament. Australia's Assistant Minister for Trade and Assistant Minister for Manufacturing, Tim Ayers, said this when presenting the Australian government perspective at the 17th PNG Resources and Energy Investment Conference on Monday, December 12 at the Sydney International Convention Centre.
Prime Minister Albanese also said that he's looking forward to Prime Minister Marape visiting Australia again in February as a guest of the Australian government, and I'm delighted to learn that Prime Minister Marape has confirmed that he will address a joint sitting of the Australian Parliament during that visit, becoming the first leader from Papua New Guinea and only the second leader from the Pacific alongside New Zealand to do so. We are delighted to return that favour, Prime Minister. I'm very much looking forward to what is going to be a very important event in the Australian parliamentary calendar.
Meantime, PNG's Foreign Affairs Secretary Elias Woengu said it is only fitting that PNG's foreign relations end the year in Australia. In a statement, he outlined that the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese made a state visit to PNG on the 12th of January 2023. Prime Minister James Marape in return concluded the foreign relations year by visiting Australia to sign a bilateral security agreement on Thursday, December 7. Salome Vincent, TVWan News.
This is TVWan News. When we return, HIV/AIDS rates rise in Eastern Highlands and grant for Kimber Teachers College.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase EasyPay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Harem talk, young or old, a scale rice family meal with talk to bring out the smiles, cause it's a favorite by miles. Senisi gola scale rice, low scale price. Senisi gola scale rice, low scale price. But you like him?
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame Oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame Oil, winning taste.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia! Prime PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride. The bus that exceeds all expectation.
Will London strike twice in the first half? Openda, good goal! Remarkable! It is the Louis Openda show in Manchester. Oh, it's two, and the stern by goalkeeper Glazer. And young boys have doubled their advantage. It's here by Huckett, squeezed it in. And Norman lead again. The back level. PNG 1, Newcastle United 1.
This season, the Bunce family are taking the ultimate risk.
There's no investors, there's no third party.
We're paying for it ourselves.
We have to find some good trade.
The stakes are high.
Joshua!
And every decision is their own.
Time and money is everything. That's how important it is.
Hit it! Rush, move.
It's all or nothing.
If we don't mine this year, we have no next year.
Jade Fever, All new season coming soon on Outdoor.
Welcome back. A gathering of 2,000 people in Lufa district in the Eastern Highlands were recently warned to take precaution in their sexual behaviors due to the alarming number of reported positive HIV and AIDS cases in the province. It was revealed that there are now 8,000 HIV and AIDS positive cases in the province. Huleve Dalepa from Michael Alpha's clinic led the HIV and AIDS campaign activity. She told those present at the Hatta market that cases continue to soar. She added that in the country there are now over 72,000 people now living with HIV and AIDS. This means that 1 out of 100 people is living with the virus. Dalepa said the "I don't care" attitude is taking its toll, including the number of reported cases of sexually transmitted infections. A person living with HIV was also given the opportunity to share his experience during the event. He encouraged people to come forward, be tested, and access treatment if they are found to be positive. In an effort to bolster healthcare services, the Port Moresby General Hospital and the United States Embassy held a joint press conference today to highlight the significant medical support provided by the 8th Forward Resuscitative and Surgical Detachment Team from the U.S. military to PMGH. The event highlighted the valuable partnership between the U.S. and Papua New Guinea, focusing on shared learning, training, and facing healthcare challenges together. The 8th Resuscitative Surgical Detachment Team end their week-long stint tomorrow, and a joint press conference was hosted to thank the team for the time and resources invested at the Port Moresby General Hospital. Addressing the gathering, U.S. Embassy Chargé d'Affaires Catherine Monahan expressed the dedication of the United States to its partnership with Papua New Guinea, emphasizing the importance of mutual learning and collaboration in addressing healthcare challenges.
Just really a great example of our partnership, and the U.S. is absolutely dedicated to the people of Papua New Guinea to learn together, to train together, to face really hard things together and get through it, to save lives. This is what humanity is, and this is what we can do. I also want to mention that the Defense Cooperation Agreement that we signed not too long ago is really something that facilitates this kind of work. It's something that has provisions in it to allow doctors' licensing to be recognized so that we can do things here that Papua New Guinea asked for together without having to go through so many layers of approval on both sides.
PMGH CEO Dr. Paki Molumi shed light on the challenges faced by PMGH, emphasizing the shortage of medical personnel and resources. He detailed plans for a temporary trauma center to address the high volume of trauma cases, expressing gratitude for the support from the U.S. medical team.
So it's a big load that we carry at this hospital, and our resource constraint is very big. We are expected to provide the high-end of the care, specialist services, so that we stop our Papua New Guineans going to Singapore, Australia, Philippines. So with this team, the U.S. team coming on board, who are more specialized in managing trauma, is an added benefit for us.
Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Galdi, the commander of the 8th FRSD, outlined the team's efforts in establishing trauma and surgical rotations at Port Moresby General Hospital. He announced $25,000 donation to increase medical capacity, recognizing the mutual benefit of the partnership for both nations.
And so what we're doing is I have 10 personnel here, and I've split them to work in your emergency department, the ICU, and the operating theater here at Port Moresby General Hospital. And so the goal was to establish a trauma/surgical rotation, and more importantly, establish a partnership. I know that my team will learn a lot from every one of the medical providers here.
The collaboration is expected to have a lasting impact on healthcare services at the Port Moresby General Hospital and beyond. The 2023 National Youth Parliament is underway in Port Moresby. Launched on December 11th, the event has brought together 60 young leaders to dialogue and ignite a keen awareness and assertiveness towards good leadership qualities.
Today at the Grand Papua Hotel in Port Moresby, 60 participants of the 2023 National Youth Parliament took part in discussions among their peers called Houseman and Housemary sessions. Facilitated by the United Nations Population Fund in Papua New Guinea, together with its supporting partners, the mentors oversaw the participants voice opinions, highlight challenges and the lack of government presence in many rural parts of Papua New Guinea, whilst also offering solutions to the problems they highlighted. The discussions took these participants on a journey to understand what it means to be empowered and what it takes to empower those around them. They discussed the risks and challenges of volunteering their time to their communities and existing organizations already making a difference in communities. But most of all, they identified ways in which they too can start their own initiatives to reach out to those around them. By the end of the discussions, one common recurring theme voiced by the participants was the significant need for advocacy and activism, cooperation, and surrounding yourself with a community that is like-minded. The 2023 National Youth Parliament will continue its sessions tomorrow, Thursday, December 14. Maricela Kelleton, TVWan News.
In a significant development, West New Britain Governor Sasindran Mutuvell has pledged a funding injection of 500,000 kina to Jubilee University in collaboration with the provincial government. The grant, officially presented on Monday, is designated for the construction of Kimber Teachers College. Governor Sasindran Mutuvell this week announced a funding injection of 500,000 kina to the Jubilee University in partnership with the provincial government to begin work on building the Kimber Teachers College. He emphasized the importance of strategic planning, urging staff and school students to prioritize new building projects for timely completion when classes resume. The governor acknowledged the province's pursuit of establishing higher learning facilities after the MV Rabal Queen incident in February 2012, when many students died while seeking education opportunities in Leh.
We expect that this 500,000 kina creates some value for money in terms of infrastructure, and also this helps you to seek some counterpart funding from other sources where the people of West New Britain can directly benefit to become teachers, but otherwise on behalf of provincial government we're establishing this Kimber Teachers College.
The 500,000 kina grant presented as a check is earmarked for Kimber Teachers College, allowing flexibility for the institution to decide on priorities and procure necessary materials. Principal Ishmael Leka outlined plans for the grant, expressing gratitude for the support. He disclosed that the funds would be split between operational needs and project development.
Project, extension classroom, construction, start now site, extending can all by using the slots and library, so we like with the Wi-Fi too, so we can start in lab working on research plan, writing more assignments or study.
Lepan Musi, a board member of Kimber Teachers College, assured the governor that the funds will be utilized diligently, ensuring progress on the new site with a commitment to completing the project within the year. This significant grant not only addresses immediate infrastructure needs, with the focus of empowering future teachers through the establishment of Teachers College. A renewed commitment has been made between Australia and PNG to improve the region's digital economy and safety while fostering a thriving ICT sector in PNG. This week saw the signing of a renewed Memorandum of Understanding on ICT cooperation between the two countries. Secretary of Australia's Department of Infrastructure, Transport, Regional Development, Communications and the Arts, Jim Betts, and Secretary of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Stephen Matainaho, represented their countries respectively. Annual meetings will be held to discuss telecommunications issues and priorities, allowing for the sharing of best practice and the development of joint initiatives. The resulting from the Lagatoy Declaration signed by both Australia and PNG highlights the region's commitment to developing sustainable solutions for its telecommunications and ICT needs. A group of young professionals from St. Clair Parish in Yalibu, Southern Highlands Province, have come together to raise much-needed funds to build their local church. This is part of the ongoing fundraising efforts by their parents and relatives back home to raise up to 2 million kina to build a modern church. The group will be hosting a dinner at the Dynasty Seafood Restaurant this Sunday, December 16th, with a target to raise 100,000 kina.
While time is not at their side, this group of young enthusiastic men and women are working around a tight schedule to ensure they're back home in time for Christmas to present the proceeds of their fundraising to the building committee. The need to build a new church was conceived back in 2013, and fundraising efforts have been ongoing since then. The church was built in 1978 and has deteriorated over time. But given the remoteness of the location and despite 10 years on, money raised has not been enough to even start work on the church. Like-minded young professionals who have passed out from the church-run local primary school and former youths formed an association to drive the fundraising campaign in the capital city. They started in September by leasing a kiosk at NFS and selling food and drinks during games and raised 15,000 kina from the sales. They are now using this to host a fundraising dinner scheduled for this Sunday at the Dynasty Seafood Restaurant and are calling for support from those who ever had to give, especially former students of St. Clair Primary School.
So we are actually here to announce to the public, to Christian community, and to the professionals who have passed out from St. Clair Primary School, who have passed out from Yalibu Secondary School, who have passed out from we've been Christian and we've been learning from the Christian community from Yalibu, especially, particularly the Catholic Christian community, St. Clair, to come out and support the cause.
The team of young professionals say this is an initiative they're proud to have started and are looking forward to conclude this year on a high note.
So we feel that it is fitting that we give back to the church.
The funds raised from their fundraising efforts will complement the fundraising efforts of parishioners back home. This Christmas is when all liturgy groups in the church will contribute 5,000 kina each, and the former youths are working to supersede these amounts and bring home something good for their parents and parishioners this Christmas. Tickets are selling for 300 kina, while corporate tables are going for 5,000 kina. Ruth Rongola, TVWan News.
We apologize. We are unable to bring you the finance report at this time as it was not provided to us. TVWan News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways.
You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier, but you like it more.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Without a doubt, you care for your loved ones. You want to keep them safe, whoever they may be with, wherever they may be, in the home or facing the world outside. Don't let anything stop you, not even bacteria. Protex helps protect your skin with natural extracts. Boosted with flaxseed oil, Protex helps eliminate 99.9% of bacteria for healthy skin. And with the power of natural goodness, you're ready to play every day. Protex, for the good health of your skin.
He's seen as a table legend.
That is delicious.
Join Tommy Gomes in a tasty culinary voyage.
Holy mackerel. Did I just say that? We're exploring where your quality American seafood comes from. Quality is key. The uglier the fish, the better it tastes.
Take a deep dive into America's commercial fishing culture. The Fishmonger. First and exclusive.
Welcome back. Passifund and Dream at Works Consultancy have joined forces to empower small to medium enterprises in Taripori district of Hela province. Funded by the Taripori District Development Authority or DDA, this initiative spans the next 5 years commencing in 2024. Passifund recently signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Tari-based Dream at Works Consulting, recognizing their partnership in empowering SMEs in Taripori Hela province. Passifund is committed to providing comprehensive capacity-building education for over 10,000 individuals, fostering skill development and entrepreneurship in the region. In formalizing businesses, the partnership aims to register informal businesses with the Investment Promotion Authority and Internal Revenue Commission, ensuring legal recognition and compliance. With facilitating funding access, Passifund and Dream at Works will work hand in hand to create pathways for ordinary villagers, enabling them to access crucial SME funding opportunities.
To go into Taripori and to run SME programs, and basically to help the people of Taripori get into business. So through this program, we are looking forward to going into Taripori, helping people to open up bank accounts, giving them the training, helping them to qualify for the loans, and then them being able to access the concessional loans that are available through the National Development Bank, BSP, Women's Micro Bank, Kina Bank, and other partners. So that's one of the main things that we are looking at. Also, the other thing is to formalize the informal sector.
Passifund, equipped with 5 certified trainers and master trainers in-house, brings over 50 years of combined experience in the sector. The Enterprise Development Division of Passifund runs a diverse range of financial education programs to nurture sustainable business growth.
We believe that through this partnership, we're going to make a big difference. Yenian, thank you for trusting us. And through this MOU signing, it will become a strong partnership that we will try to empower and bring the change to the people that they are in need.
Expressing gratitude, Passifund acknowledges the support of Prime Minister James Marape and his DDA administration for providing the platform to bolster SMEs in the Taripori district. To overseas, a new tropical tuna measure was adopted by the Western and Central Pacific Fisheries Commission 20th meeting, which concluded recently in Rarotonga, Cook Islands. The measure will guide fishing controls for big eye, skipjack, and yellowfin tuna in the WCPFC's jurisdiction and was one of the key proposals of the 17th member countries of the Forum Fisheries Agency. It has been 8 years since the first Pacific-wide harvest strategy was agreed. The strategy includes a provision on the use of fish aggregating devices left behind by fishing vessels and which damage reefs or wash up on beaches. Having a tuna harvest strategy will help in the sustainable management of tuna stocks in the region, which are also the healthiest in the world. There were also discussions to increase WCPFC focus on climate change and its impact on fisheries. Attempts to forge a historic deal at climate talks in Dubai are hanging by a thread. A draft agreement has failed to include any mention of phasing out fossil fuels. The watered-down text at the COP28 summit has sparked anger among Pacific Island nations.
In the final frantic days of COP28, the youngest member of Australia's delegation, oblivious to the chaos around.
Apart from, reminding everyone why they're here, like she's literally the embodiment of the future.
Her mother, on the other hand, fully aware of the stakes at play.
It's coming to the pointy end. There's obviously some intransigence from certain countries that don't want the mention of fossil fuels.
Those stakes were raised higher last night when a draft agreement failed to make any mention of phasing out or phasing down fossil fuels. In its place was a reference to reducing both the consumption and production of the fuels.
We have a text and we need to agree on the text. The time for discussion is coming to an end.
Many poorer and more vulnerable countries were dismayed.
If we do not have strong mitigation outcomes at this COP, then this will be the COP where 1.5 would have died. We will not sign our gift certificates.
Until 2 years ago, no COP had ever directly mentioned any of the fossil fuels as part of efforts to tackle global warming. That all changed in Glasgow, when a commitment to phase out coal was included for the first time. But here in Dubai, efforts to widen the net to include oil and gas are coming unstuck.
So we've engaged in very good faith, knowing that there are countries that respectfully, I say, have a different view. Saudi Arabia, for example, is on the public record as having a very different view.
We know where the big sticking point is, and it's around energy, specifically whether we phase down or we phase out unabated or full fossil fuels.
But COP28 is being held next door to Saudi Arabia, the world's biggest oil exporter, has always cast a long shadow over its chances of achieving a deal to phase out fossil fuels. With just a couple of days left of negotiations, time is running out to prove the doubters wrong.
The three candidates vying to be Indonesia's next president have clashed in their first debate over issues including corruption, human rights and separatist rebels in the world's third largest democracy. The February 14 election will see Prabowo Subianto, who is defense minister and a former special forces officer, challenge former Central Java Governor Ganjar Pranowo and former Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan to lead the Muslim-majority archipelago nation. They went head-to-head in a debate broadcast across Indonesian television screens as they bid to succeed President Joko Widodo with nearly 205 million people eligible to cast their ballot. 4 more debates are scheduled ahead of February's election. A young autistic pilot's quest to get a commercial flying license is one step closer. 22-year-old Hayden McDonald has successfully flown his ultralight on a 3-month journey around Australia. His achievement has now opened the door to discussions with the Civil Aviation Safety Authority, which had previously refused him a license to fly for the Royal Flying Doctor.
Touchdown.
Yeah, there we go. Done it. Good boy.
The end of a long journey of self-discovery. For autistic pilot Hayden McDonald, a moment of emotion.
Oh, mate.
His solo circumnavigation of Australia complete.
Just pure emotion.
Over 3 months, 15,000 kilometres and 80 hours of flying, battling heat, thunderstorms and bushfires, the 22-year-old navigated his tiny aircraft alone to break down the barriers to stop him becoming a commercial pilot.
I want so much on the way.
I learned so much more what an average pilot can learn.
His greatest believer, never in doubt.
Well, like, we always knew he could do it. That wasn't the question. It's just the fact that he has.
2 years ago, Hayden was blocked by the Civil Aviation Safety Authority, denying him progression beyond his recreational pilot certificate because of his autism, shutting down his dream to fly for the RFDS.
I hope this is something that CASA will take notes, and a lot of people take notes. It's a big deal, and even though I try to tell myself, no, it's not.
When Hayden was alone in the sky with his mascots, he had support on the ground, a former Ansett pilot helping with advice.
Really good. There's been a few testing times and a few difficult conversations, but he's done it all himself, and I'm amazed. I'm very, very proud of him.
Now, a welcome home present, an email from CASA offering to talk about his future before Christmas.
My message to CASA as well, please don't do me as a one-off, and actually consider as well other autistic pilots as well.
In a statement, CASA says they're committed to finding ways to support as many people as possible to be able to fly.
Sky News has handed the federal court a copy of a secretly recorded private discussion between Brittany Higgins' fiancé, her lawyer, and a friend. They were talking about her evidence during Bruce Lehrmann's defamation case. The court ordered the media organization to produce the recording this morning, but whether it will be admitted as evidence is still being decided.
The conversation is alleged to have taken place during lawyer Leon Swire's birthday dinner, attended by Brittany Higgins' fiancé David Shiraz and one of their friends, Emma Webster. Bruce Lehrmann is suing Network 10 and journalist Lisa Wilkinson over an interview during which Ms Higgins first made her allegation she'd been raped at Parliament House. The defamation case was launched after Mr Lehrmann's trial was abandoned last year with no findings against him. The dinner coincided with Ms Higgins' cross-examination. Today, Mr Swire denied anything untoward happened. All my private conversations with David Shiraz and Emma Webster were on the common understanding that Brittany was under cross-examination and no one was to talk with her about the substance of her evidence or the manner in which she was giving it. Today, the court lifted its ruling against two other secret recordings made by Brittany Higgins. One, a conversation involving her then-boss, Michaelia Cash, and her chief of staff, who were trying to convince her not to resign, telling her they wanted her to flourish and she could work from the Gold Coast. Ms Higgins became increasingly distraught. None of it was okay, and the way it was handled was wrong. I am just saying, please don't let this happen to anyone else. I can't go back into it. It's a re-traumatising experience. Later in the day, Bruce Lehrmann's lawyer Matthew Richardson pressed Network 10 producer Angus Llewellyn on why he'd blurred out a message on a document inviting Ms Higgins' father to a meeting and showing empathy to her. I'm making a TV program, not preparing a police document. By blurring it out, you gave a misleading impression to viewers of the program. Tomorrow, the court will consider how it should deal with the secret recording given to Sky News.
And that ends the news segment. Rex will join you later with sports. Stay tuned.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trubla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
A tender sleigh, I'd be up, up and away. I could be Santa, I could be Santa
Number One Super wants our members to have the happiest retirement possible. Just an extra 10 kina a week could mean an extra 50,000 kina when you retire. This is known as a voluntary contribution. So call us to find out how to add a little extra to your super payments now to boost your super savings later.
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now surely Loki's son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus Shred. Should I try them on you? No, please. I'll take them. Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
Australia's favorite chef is taking you around the world to meet amazing people.
Teach me how to make this one.
Experience delicious food.
Bon appetit.
And discover the most incredible flavors.
Yum. Nice.
This is a culinary expedition on a budget.
50 rupees. That's a deal. Whoa.
Cheers. Around the world with Mano Fidel. A brand new series coming soon on Outdoor.
Welcome to MotoGP. To be a highly dramatic 18-lap Malaysian Grand Prix Moto2 started with...
So that's a very decent middle sector for the Alpine. They only half... Oh!
They have crashed! They've gone into each other! What a start for Will Davison. Di Pasquale has been swamped.
Some of the biggest and most talented egos in sailing.
The two-time defending champions make it 2 in a row.
Thanks for staying with us. In sports, para taekwondo is relatively a young sport in the country, but it has truly served its purpose, with Kevin Bake and Serea Loi finding hope in this sport. President of Taekwondo in the country, Edward Kasman, has seen so much potential in this sport, adding that Papua New Guineans are natural fighters and will do well in this sport. Three PNG para-athletes qualified for the Paris Olympics in the recently concluded Pacific Games. A dozen others are in training, preparing for state championship events, also an Olympic qualifier in Australia next year. The participation of para-athletes at the Pacific Games was not just for medals, but also to win a sport in the Olympics. For the Pacific Games, Junior Dennis for the men's ambulance javelin and Moninga Topare for the women's ambulance javelin were qualified for the Paris Olympics. The National Para-Athlete Sports Performance Director, Paul Bannister, said a couple other athletes like Stephen Abraham, who won silver medal at the Pacific Games, was very close to qualifying but missed out. They will have a go in the upcoming qualifications in Australia early next year.
Putting aside the Pacific Games and the great results from there, we're now looking forward to the Paralympics. That's in August next year in Paris. So we're building up onto that. So what we're doing there is trying to plan forward, and there's championships, state championships in Queensland in March next year. There's also Australian championships in Adelaide next year in April. So we're planning for that to be a qualification.
Bannister said they are preparing 6 para-athletes for the Olympic qualification in Australia next year. He said most of the athletes did well in the Pacific Games but did not qualify. Bannister said the athletes will have this opportunity to qualify for the Paris Olympics. The Paris Olympics Games will be held in August 2024 in Paris. The para-athletes put impressive performances at the Pacific Games, where Stephen Abraham collected silver medal in the 100-meter ambulance race and Morea claimed a bronze medal in the shielded shot put, while Jerome Buyon registered his personal best.
Thanks, Rex. And now the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern region, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Port Moresby, partly cloudy with possible showers. Momase, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lae, cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lorengau, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Mendi and Wabeg, cloudy periods with few showers. Ocean forecast, Bismarck Sea sees slight to moderate, becoming rather rough over western sector, with northwest to southwest winds of 10 to 20 knots, reaching 25 knots at times over western sector. Coastal waters forecast, waters of Samaray Island to Cape Vogel to eastern and western Milne Bay Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. And that ends another edition of TVWan News. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TVWan News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.